Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning back into another Red Robe Talk. Today, I want to talk about planting the seed. Yeah, planting the seed. See, a lot of times in relationships, people get together so fast, they just planted the seed, right? You just met that person, you done went on a first date, maybe a second date, maybe even a third date, and now you acting like y'all exclusive. Hold up, though. You just planted the seed. Just like any seed, when you plant it, it don't grow right then. It takes a while. It has to stay in the ground for a while before it even sprout up any little bit, right? So that's the same thing with a relationship. You can't rush the process. If you do, then your plant is not gonna relationship is not gonna bloom and blossom like it should because it was rushed. You didn't take time with it. So when you plant, right, like I said, you have to put it in the ground. I don't really know nothing about planting myself, but I know it takes a while for it to grow. Same thing with your relationship. A lot of people talk about finances, and you got to have finances before you get straight in a relationship. You got to make sure the person can take care of you. You got to make sure, if you planted the seed, right, instead of planting the seed and trying to dig it up before time, if you planted the seed, let it fertilize, let it grow and blossom like it was supposed to, then you will know that person's character. You will know to say, oh, I've been with him for this long and we've been talking for this long. We're not engaging like that. We're just getting to know each other. I know his real true him. I know the characteristics he display or she display. So now I know what kind of person they are and what kind of person they would be to me in a relationship. So a lot of people say, oh, it's the finances. It's finances because the person didn't get time to vet that person. They didn't vet that person enough to see that, okay, this person may be having a job now, but, he don't like to keep a job. See, you talk to him for like 2, 3 months, like 2, 3 weeks, and then you say, okay, now we're in a relationship, and then you go in a relationship, and then you see 6 months, it's like, what happened to his drive? What happened to his passion? What happened to her drive? What happened to her passion? It was never there. It was a front for you to get you. And then they got you, and then they're showing their true colors. And it's still not too late for you to get out. It's only been 6 months. But see, a lot of times you done slept with them, so that makes it more harder to break away. You done gave a lot of your feelings and emotions to them, so it makes it hard to break away. You gave more to them than you gave to yourself. So that's the problem. It's not finances. People say, oh, it's finances. That's why marriages break up. Their marriage broke up because they didn't really get to know each other like they should, to know that if finances do fall, they know each other to know, oh, that person going to pick us up while we're down. You see what I'm saying? Or both of us know each other, so we both can get out here and grind like we should to pick us up before we fall. But if you don't know, then you don't know if that happened. And you're like, well, what's happening? And he's like, well, that's too much on me. Or she's like, that's too much on me. That's because you didn't get to know the person. You didn't vet them enough to know. So, like I said again, it's not finances. People say that's why a lot of marriages break up. That may be true when it comes to the statistics, but in reality, you did not get to know that person. And a lot of times, that's what we do. We jump into relationships without knowing somebody fully, or we jump into relationships before it's fully blossomed to say, okay, now green light, the plant has grown, it's sprouting up a little bit, we see some greenery, then a little while later we see a little bit more greenery, then a little while later it's sprouting up some more, we see some more greenery, next thing you know we see a bud, next thing you know we see the flower. But you're not going about it that way. You're planning it, like say you planted it a week ago. In 3, 4 weeks, it's like you ready for it to mature. It don't work like that. And that's the problem. So when you plant your seed, make sure you plant your seed and wait for it to blossom. Not on your time, not trying to move all fast paced, because that's what happened in your relationships the last time. Slow down, get to know the person, Ask important questions. Stop going on dates and asking somebody what their favorite color is. We grown. Stop asking people what they like, what their hobbies are. We grown. Ask some real questions that'll get to the real nitty gritty or let you know how that person's mental state is before you even jump into something. You know? Also, if you know, now it won't be first date, second date, third date questions, but there's more you get to know somebody or whatever. If you know you like certain things sexually, you might want to make that known because you might not want to get somebody and get your feelings all involved and then you find out later on they don't even like that stuff. We have to have real conversations with grown people. Stop having these little kiddie conversations. And remember, plant your seed and wait for it to blossom. Wait for it to grow, to sprout up a little bit, sprout up a bit more, produce a bud, then produce a flower. Wait. Stop being in such a rush. What you rushing for? Oh, because they told you your biological clock was ticking. Girl, do you not know that God can do whatever he want, however he want, whenever he want, with anybody he want? So don't sit there and listen to nobody telling you your biological clock ticking. Because you can go out here and get pregnant by the wrong man that ain't had babies, that ain't nobody taking care of, and then you sitting there still like, what happened? So, let's plant these seeds. Let's wait for them to blossom and grow and bloom like they're supposed to. And then, there we go. It's time. But let's slow down. That's the problem. I said on another platform of mine that a lot of people, especially our race, the black race, we know how to sex, but how to love? No, we don't. A lot of us don't know how to love, but we know how to sex. So that may be my next discussion up here for my next red robe talk. I'll let y'all know when you see the next video. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for spending time with me. And thank you for just coming back to enjoy me. And you remember what I say. Stay blessed. Why? Because you are blessed.